So watch live if you like at AlanCoxShow.com. See the video of the cop in San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
Who resigned because he got in the back seat with the girl and banged her on the way to the prison.
He was just checking on her, and he got locked in the back.
I will show you that video in a second, but a building in downtown Youngstown has exploded.
What?
The first floor of the Chase Bank building. And
Like a bomb?
Well, no, I think these are all gas leaks. It looks like there's construction nearby, but these always end up being gas leaks. Something that maybe somebody didn't keep an eye on. You know, last week we were talking about that listener of ours whose parents' neighbor's house exploded.
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about that? I think that was in Toledo.
Yeah.
And I was like, so how did this happen? And we were kind of going back and forth on the email. And he said there had been a crew working on something, and they found a leak in a gas line, and they were coming back the next day to fix it. And something happened, and I think the mom and the son lived, and the dad and the daughter died. I'll show you the video here. This is the Chase Bank building in downtown Youngstown. They said there's no sound to this, but the first floor is pretty much gone. On the left side of your screen there. See that? Yeah. So I think gas leak is what they're looking at, but obviously they got first responders. Because it's like this building that we're in. Upstairs is residential.
Mm-hmm.
So they have 13 floors of people living in the building up above.
Well, luckily, it was a bank in Youngstown, so there was nothing in it.
Listen, they're continuing efforts to try to get downtown Youngstown.
When did that happen, today or yesterday?
They're not. When they say we really want downtown to blow up, this is what they were talking about. Yeah.
I wanted to lay on the live stream, and I just saw it, and dude, that looks. See, I don't know if maybe I read too many of these figure 'em out books, but I'm like, that's not a gas leak.
But it
Someone
always
at that Chase
is.
Bank
It
knew
always
something.
is. That's what I'm talking about. Life is boring and predictable. And when they're doing construction, this is when they talk about, people think infrastructure is so boring, but this is what we're talking about. Gas lines making buildings explode because they either haven't been checked or they've been checked poorly or whatever. It's never anything fun. It's always super boring. So they started evacuating people out of this building. The neighboring apartment building, International Towers, well, that's hoity-toity, they evacuated as well. No casualties reported, but obviously a bunch of people got hurt. So they've evacuated around the building. Of course, they called in the bomb squad because they got to make sure, they got to rule that out. But, you bring a structural engineer down too. And you go, take a look at this, and they said the gas had been shut off in the building, but obviously that's what they're going to say.
See?
They're eventually going to find out that the gas wasn't shut off. Or there was something trapped in the line, something trapped in the line.
Youngstown is a mafia town. Always has been. Always will be.
Please.
Always has been.
Stop it.
What's his name?
Youngstown's a mafia town like Omaha is a mafia town.
No, in the
Danny
the
Green,
70s
man.
or 80s or whatever. It was like legitimately where people would go.
Yes, a lot of cities were like that in the 70s.
So what I'm saying is they
don't have that kind of presence anymore.
It's not unrealistic to think that there's still traces.
It literally is unrealistic to think
And
that.
Tommy Tightlips decided to loosen up.
Hey! On the first floor of the Chase Bank in downtown Youngstown.
He was living in
These guys
protection.
they bomb dudes' cars in parking lots and stuff. They're not killing people in banks. That's where the money is. You're not blowing up the money. You the mob? You ain't blowing up the money. They go, hey, Tommy Tightlips.
I'm just saying.
He was talking to the Pope, and they were using a slur for gay men. It didn't come off too nice.
This is going to be a bigger deal than a gas leak. We might not find out.
Listen, that would be exciting. But most of the time, they're like, oh, what caused it? Gas leak. See that video of that guy? There was a dude living in his car in California, in Van Nuys. He's out there in the valley, this guy living in his car, and he's got propane tanks in the back, and he goes to light up a cigarette. I don't know how the guy's alive. His entire car explodes, and he just got burns. So, yeah, there's a reason some people just can't get anything going. I got propane tanks in the back. I need to light up a bat. I'm jonesing. So we'll see. But thankfully, nobody dead. Yeah, they got the first responders out there, and this was earlier this afternoon, I think. Not that long ago. Downtown Youngstown, they're trying to get people down there and trying to make that area more enticing for people. Youngstown trying to shed that image that Mary just won't let go. Youngstown will always be the same to her.
I'm just saying.
And
It's
bring
not
it up.
unrealistic to think.
I mean, I've never been there, but I've now got to cancel my trip because I had booked a tour of the first floor of the downtown Chase Bank building. That was going to be my
I think
inaugural.
now's the best time to go.
Be my inaugural trip to Youngstown. Usually when you see the roof blown off a place, it's because the Vindies are playing there.
Hey.
Oh. Okay, so anyway, this cop in San Diego. This happened in the fall or last summer, I think.
Yeah, but the video just got released, right?
The video just got released, August 2023. This cop had only been on the job for a couple of years. Arrests a woman on a warrant outside a 7-Eleven. And she propositions him from the back seat. And he tells her, that is no good. This is a young guy. It's no good. This is all getting recorded. And then I guess she pushes a little harder, and he turns off the body cam. And he locks himself in the back seat of the patrol car. I'm laying this out for you before I show you the video because there's large portions of this that kind of have to be narrated. Some of it you'll hear, some of it you won't. He gets in the back seat with her, locks himself in because it's a squad car.
Yeah.
You can't get out of the back seat.
All right.
And this dummy, because his head's all in a froth.
Yeah, the purse switch is going. He's horny.
This corner skank or whatever, you know. Anthony Hare, Officer Hare, H-A-I-R.
If only this had happened on National Masturbation Day,
Man.
he would have had a clear head. He would have had that post-nut clarity and been like, I'm not doing this.
Conversely, this video dropped on National Masturbation Day, so do with that what you will. We'll go through the video here. He's arresting her. Now, she's got nice jugs, I'll say that. They blur out everybody's face, right? They arrest her on an outstanding warrant. He said, your warrant is outstanding. Officer Anthony Hare drove her to the San Diego Police Department headquarters and then to a detention center. And she starts chatting him up. He reminds her that she has a boyfriend. She probably mentioned it. And she says, I'm DTF. Right?
Yeah.
And he's like, nope.
Well, I can't hear you now.
She goes, I'm down to F right now. For you kids, that means down to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say that right now.
Just like DP means Dr. Pepper.
I could really go for a DP. Then what's a diet DP? That's...
I said don't say that right now because everything's being recorded right now.
Don't say that. Everything's being recorded.
What's going on?
Okay, so then a few moments later, his body cam goes dark, right? And he turns off the body cam thinking, all right, except that the cruiser has GPS in it.
Right.
And so it shows him driving through these residential streets looking for a place to pull over. And the cruiser eventually comes to a stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you not? Are you that horny? So he and the woman stayed there for over an hour, and he had to radio another cop to come get him. 2:37 a.m., another officer arrives. And this is a fellow cop, right? He just goes, sir, could you step out of the vehicle? Gets his key to open the cruiser from the outside. Would have been great if this dude had his pants around his ankles.
Yeah, you had time to clean up.
Sure did.
Yeah, but he didn't clean up enough because they found
So he gets
stuff on his
out
belt and
he's
stuff.
like, "Oh, I was checking on her and I got trapped." And
114 yellow. What code 4?
so he comes around, gets back in his cruiser, and
bad boys, bad boys.
Okay, hold on, hold on.
say, "Hey, man, this has all happened to us before, right?"
code 4?
Something along those lines. Anyway, this dude makes up some story, and it leads to an IA investigation. Internal Affairs gets involved, and now the video comes out. It's all public, but she had been an outstanding warrant for car theft, and they grabbed this guy, Officer Anthony Hare, who, ironically, shaved head. So, yeah, she's like, I'm down to F right now when he turns off his body cam. And he told IA that he was panicked. He was back there. He was just checking on her. He's making sure that everything was okay. And then he got in the backseat to check on her. His body cam, during the luck, it got knocked off.
Oh.
As he, minutes before he got off, his body cam fell off as he got out of his patrol car. And the suspect, the woman, didn't blow him up. She didn't rat him out. She's like, we didn't do anything. But they tested his clothes for semen.
Yep.
And found plenty of it.
Mm-hmm.
Found it on his belt. God, you don't even wrap it up. You don't
because
even.
if you wrapped it up, it could still get on you. I mean, if you pull the condom off or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you leave
My
it
guess
on
is
and you pull your pants up.
Yes, but
You leave it on.
my guess is the guy that was so enticed by a woman he was arresting.
Yeah,
is it
he
like, you
probably
know
thought-
what I should do? I should wear a condom and pull my pants up over the condom.
God, he's going to throw it in some
Yeah.
rando. So, yeah, he'd only been on the force. I got to say, and this is a legitimate question, why do people join the police force?
This one's not rhetorical.
This is not rhetorical. I'm looking for an answer that anybody might have. Why do people join the police force?
To me, it sounds like this guy joined the police force because he thought he could get away with stuff like this. I think he legit thought that.
But they're not grabbing the
would be
best
able
and
to do this.
brightest here. I understand
Right,
they're having
but that's-
recruiting issues and whatever, but
But that's what I'm saying. The best and brightest aren't joining the police force in, most cases. So they get some dummy that locks himself in the back of a car because he wants to bang the woman he arrested.
But he told her this is all being recorded. He didn't think there was GPS
was
tracking
horny.
on the. I understand, but
Horny makes you stupid.
it makes some people stupid.
Yeah.
He had
It
presence
makes
of
stupid
mind.
people stupider. And he seems stupid.
Yeah, okay. He had the presence of mind to go, this is all being recorded. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like all she had to do to change his mind was just repeat herself.
She goes, come on.
Oh. You don't want to.
Come on.
You don't want full access to these jubblies.
Also, how embarrassing for her. She had to bang this guy. She
then
said she's
she's
got a
still going to
boyfriend,
jail.
and she's still going to jail.
Yeah.
The whole idea was, I'm
Bang
going
him, don't go to
bang,
jail.
bang, and then, don't go to jail.
Unless that wasn't her plan.
Well, but
Unless
also,
she was just
but he's
like-
already called it in. He's already taken her
Yeah.
to the cop shop,
These are
and then
not
he's going
people
to
that
take
make
her.
good decisions.
Man,
I hope they get married.
Wouldn't that be sweet?
that would be a nice. Yeah, because she and her boyfriend, that probably didn't end well.
He's already in jail.
She and yeah, right. Her boyfriend might have been one of the other suspects in this. She and two other people. There were outstanding warrants for car thieves, and maybe her boyfriend was another one. Maybe that's how he knew she had a boyfriend.
I mean, I'm just saying. Think of the vows. I picked her up for stealing a car, and that same night she stole my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, it writes itself.
I love you because you keep my balls empty and my belly full. Remember that one? Remember the sicko?
Yeah.
Everybody was all mad because of the wedding vows.
Things are required to keep me happy, keep my belly full and my balls empty. So you're amazing at half of it. We really need to get you some cooking lessons. Even when my belly isn't full, there is no one I could ever love more in this lifetime, unless I actually get a chance to meet Margot Robbie. Since the beginning, I was always told life gets even better when the kids fall asleep and you tell me to come to the bedroom. Nothing's better than the sound of gagging and headboard slamming.
I forgot how.
P.S. Since you're so good at making decisions like Mary and me, you can choose whether tonight's going to end with being a toaster, strudel, or a Twinkie.
And the mom is right there.
So mad.
But remember
furious.
the TikTok tour she had to go on,
Yeah,
telling
she's
everybody
like, this is
our
relationship-
sense of humor. Yeah, whatever. I'm curious if they're still married. That was April of last year. Like a follow-up on that, please. Yeah.
Works for them.
It does.
Just like Mary's long-distance relationship works for her. So
Well,
don't question
listen. When the two of them get together, I know for a fact. I certainly don't want to blow Mary up here, but I know for a fact that Brian's like, toaster, strudel, or Twinkie.
it. We all know she's Twinkie.
You tell me.
She Twinkie. Mentioned it on the show before.
I like cream pies.
There it is.
Boy.
People came all over me.
See, both. You never know.
No, you never know how it's going to
Stretch
go.
me out over 9 more inches.
Yeah. That Brian boy. Ray
That
doesn't
he
have
does.
a chance.
That he does.
Ray doesn't have a chance with
Not
Brian.
even
3-way,
in the
4-way,
slightest.
5-way. There's a ton of different ways you can get it.
Yeah.
And it all slides around and it mushes out and nothing stays where it's supposed to stay.
Anyway, I'm with you. I hope that cop and that girl are married.
That'd be great.
I hope that boy, it's not the meet cute that you might envision for yourself, but
Well, what a story.
yeah. And this guy, as history seems to be our guide, this guy can go to another town and get rehired as a cop. You know, there's a distinct
With his
supply
blushing bride by his side.
supply and demand situation. Yeah, because her face is blurred out. I mean, all the faces are blurred out, but he's the guy that's going to get blown up because he was the cop. So his face is in all of the subsequent stories. I didn't even see her name in the story because she is obviously the alleged perpetrator. So they have to blur her face. Whereas this guy, not alleged, found out to have, but God, is it beyond all reasoning and thought that you might wrap it up? There have to be dudes like that out there doing the exact same thing, but wrapping it up.
Or just not getting stuck.
Well,
in the back.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
that's
know
a
I
bender
couldn't-
over the hood situation.
pull her
you're
outside.
rookie.
What are you doing?
You don't do it in the back seat. You know, with the door locks.
Yeah, but they're in a residential neighborhood. You're not going to
Yeah.
throw over the hood when there's people like they see
You turn the lights on. You say, "Mind your business." Keep it moving.
you got the Christmas lights going through your blinds. You're looking out there to see what's going on. Everybody
Cavity
does
search.
that.
Just a cavity search.
Mm-hmm.
Random selection. Like
All right,
TSA.
but that thing better have numbers on it. Yeah, well. Stay classy, San Diego. That's how they're doing it out there.
Out in the whale's vagina.
I got a break. Hey, want to go see The Warning? These girls are having their moment. They're Mexican. They're sisters. And they got a hell of a live show. We've been playing the song called Sick on MMS. And they're coming to Cleveland. The Warning. They're going to play the Agora in September. I will have a couple of tickets for you after the break. 35192, text for anything else. And you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Universal Windows Direct Weather Center, WMMS Weather.
Tonight, mostly cloudy, chance of pop-up rain, a low of 55. Tomorrow, some pop-up rain, a high of 66. Thursday,